Hey, what's happening guys? It's Chris from Digital Power Trip. I'm coming to you today with a kind of unique video. Austin and I have been talking about collecting some retro cartridges, and we couldn't decide whether we wanted to start with Super Nintendo or regular Nintendo or maybe even a Sega Genesis. Then we found these guys at Retrobit, and they have this thing called a Super Retro Trio. So we thought we'd give it a look and see what it's all about. And look what came in the mail. The Super Retro Trio. So let's take it out of the box and have a look and see what we think. So the first thing that we come across in the box is the handy dandy instruction manual. You know how I feel about reading manuals. Really the only thing I care about is what language it's in, and yes, they do have English, so I'm good. All right, so let's take a look at the console itself. So what do we have here? We've got a Nintendo cartridge slot, a Super Nintendo cartridge slot, and a Sega Genesis slot. On the top we also have a Genesis, Super Nintendo, and regular Nintendo selector, so I guess that's your power switch, and according to which you're using, you'll put it on there. And we also have the reset button. Now on the front of the console there's an access door, and the access door has a button to tell you what controllers you're using, whether you're using the SNES, or over here you can use NES, SNES, and Genesis according to the label. So I'll give you guys a closer look at that. All right, and we also have NTSC, PAL, or Japanese PAL, I guess is what that is. So on the back side, we've got S-video, we've got your RCA video and audio, and power adapter switch. So yeah, the door. I don't know how I feel about that door. All right. So let's take out one of the included controllers and see what we have. It looks like it has an adapter for SNES. So it actually looks kind of similar in fashion to a Super Nintendo controller, with the exception of the color, which is black and red. The buttons don't feel too bad. It's funny though, because the B and A buttons have different characteristics than the Y and X buttons. Select feels good, start feels mushy, the directional pad feels okay, shoulder buttons feel really good. So we also have another controller, the power adapter. We have an S-video cable along with your standard RCA cable included. And that's about all there is in the box. So I'm going to make a cut right here, and when we come back we're going to have this hooked up and we'll try it out and see what we think. Okay, I'm back and I have everything connected, ready to roll. I've got my controller, I've got power, I've got video and audio, but I'm missing something. Oh yeah, a game. What we have here is we have Super Mario World Return to Dinosaur Land. We got this reproduction cartridge from RetroRepro Games. Say that 3 times fast. RetroRepro Games on Etsy. We reached out to these guys because reproduction cartridges are kind of interesting in that they're not what you're used to playing per se. Most of them have, you know, all the same sprites and everything that was used to create their original game, but they're a hack. And so in this particular game, there's 47 different levels than what was in the original game. And we kind of wanted to see what it's all about and get to play something that we haven't played before. So we thought that'd be pretty neat. And we reached out to them, and they were so accommodating and so nice that they sent us this cartridge to try, and we're going to throw it in and see what happens. We'll leave a link to their store in the description, and yeah, let's see what happens. All right. Well, let's see what we can do here. Let's hit start and start again. We'll do a one-player game because I'm by myself. And let's see. All right, it's been a while since I've played this, so apparently it's like everything else Nintendo, you just have to wait till they think you've had enough time to read it. So we're on Yoshi's Island 1. And its controls are real similar. Jump is B. Got your spin and jump for A. These buttons are, I'm just going to tell you, they're not the greatest, and it's a good thing that those controller ports, you can add your own controllers. These are a little cheap. So far I've had there doesn't seem to be any delay per se, but they're just kind of mushy and not very responsive. So if you check into this Super Retro Trio, I might recommend that you try to find some real Super Nintendo controller. I'm not really trying to get everything here. I'm just trying to get through and see what all I can find. Gotta find Yoshi here in a minute. I mean, everything seems to play well. Graphics are about what you'd expect. So I'm on a quest to find Yoshi. Gameplay seems to be, you know, very much the same. Of course, it's been forever since I played Super Mario World. Okay, so why? It's been a while since I played this. I can barely remember. All right, so I made it through at least one level. That's saying something for me. Well, what can I say about this thing? Let's talk about it a little bit. It's not quite the quality of construction that you would find if you bought yourself a Super Nintendo that was a legitimate version. It feels a little light. It feels a little well, thin, really. I'm not going to spend too much time on this game. Austin will probably do an actual full review of the game, but I wanted to bring the hardware to you, let you take a look at it, and see what it was about. And again, I really can't thank the people at RetroRepro Games enough for allowing us to have this reproduction, Super Mario World Return to Dinosaur Land. It's awesome, and it's great of them to help grow our channel. So we're going to link them in the description. I'll put a link to this Super Retro Trio. You can probably find it cheaper on Amazon than it's listed for on their website. So I might check that out if you're interested. We're going to pick up a few. Austin's going on a trip this weekend, and he's going to go to a retro game store. So he's going to try to pick us up at least a couple of different other cartridges so we can test these other, the Genesis and the regular Nintendo out. Look for that coming probably next week, into next week sometime. But so far, everything seems to work. Even if it is a bit on the cheapy side, I may see if he can actually pick us up a couple of good controllers that we can test it out. So, but for now, that's all I have to say about this. Do I recommend it? For the price you can find it on Amazon, which I think is around $40. You know, it's not bad if you would like to have something that you can play 3 games. But I'll be honest with you, first time I put the cartridge in, nothing happened. It didn't power on. And so I don't really know whether to attribute that to this, or I've read the reviews that say sometimes that they have issues with the slots. And there's another one that we were looking at that said that had a problem with, you know, the grip of the slots. But I can take this thing out. Turn this off. I can take this thing out and put it back in, and it feels okay. It's kind of got a little crunch when I put it in. I don't know if you can hear it. It's like, and then goes in. But, you know, it's working, and I was able to play a game on it. So we'll keep it around and use it to test some of these others. But I guess eventually what we'll try to do is we'll try to acquire actual Super Nintendo and actual Sega Genesis, and we just want to keep growing our collection. But thank you for joining us today. I hope you learned something. I hope this was at least a little bit interesting for you. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about it, or if you actually have one of these and have some experience with it. Be happy to see what your experiences are. But thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.